Zen Mind, inner peace, rising above life's turmoil and the hidden cost of superficial modern-day relationships. A personal story. The world is in shambles and turmoil, resulting in superficial relationships, shallow relationships, empty relationships, and surface relationships that do not go deep and leave us gloom but pretending outwardly. All these send us swimming in a river of pain, despair, and sorrow. In this context, how do we find happiness and inner calm? The path out lies in rising above life's turmoil, in developing a Zen mind. A Zen mind uses wisdom and personal strength to pull us out of that river of pain. Allow me to explain this through a very true personal story. So many people are trapped in relationships that exist more for display than for genuine connection. They hold on not out of love, but out of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of judgment, fear of facing the emptiness within. A message that hit hard. Not long ago, I received a WhatsApp message from a female friend that stopped me in my tracks. She simply wrote, "Have you seen how I've thinned? How I have lost weight?" Alarmed, I asked, "What's wrong?" Her reply was heavy with pain. "Relationship issues. I am completely down and lost so much weight. One day, we are all going to die from depression. Let me take a nap." I stared at the message. It was more than just words. It was a glimpse into a soul struggling to stay afloat. It reflected the silent suffering that so many endure, lost in the illusion of connection while feeling utterly alone. She had been in a relationship that looked beautiful from the outside. Photos of vacation, sweet messages on birthdays, heart, emojis under every post. But beneath the surface, it was falling apart. The affection had faded, the emotional distance had grown, and now she was left clinging to a love that had already let go of her. The truth is, many relationships are not built on genuine love, but rather on dependency, fear, and conformity. People enter them believing that they are incomplete on their own, that they need someone else to make them whole. This illusion is reinforced by society, which glorifies romantic relationships while neglecting the far more critical foundation of self-love and self-care. But when love is sought as a cure for loneliness, as a validation of worth, or as a shield against societal judgment, it becomes toxic. It becomes a slow erosion of the self, a sacrifice of personal joy for the sake of maintaining a status quo that does not serve the individual. The cult of relationship pressure. The pressure to be in a relationship is relentless. Family, culture, and media all push the narrative that fulfillment comes from finding a partner. That being single is a problem that needs to be fixed. That happiness is only real when shared with another, and so people enter relationships unprepared, unequipped, and unguarded. They give their all, sometimes to people who do not deserve it, sometimes to people who are equally lost. They pour themselves out until nothing is left. And then, when things fall apart, as they often do when built on insecurity rather than strength, they are left broken, questioning their worth, and battling the heavy fog of depression. The path to liberation. Loving oneself first. If we are to break this cycle, we must start by dismantling the myth that a relationship is the highest form of fulfillment. It is not. The highest form of fulfillment is peace within oneself. Self-care is not selfish. It is survival. Self-love is not a luxury. It is the foundation of all other forms of love. Until one is whole within themselves, no relationship can bring lasting joy. It will only be a temporary high, followed by an inevitable crash. If my friend had remained committed to her own well-being, prioritizing her own happiness above all else, she would still be the vibrant, radiant person she once was. But she, like many others, was led to believe that love required sacrifice, even when that sacrifice meant losing herself. Choose yourself every time. The most radical act in a world that demands conformity is to love oneself unapologetically. To choose solitude over a relationship that drains. To walk away rather than be diminished. To my friend, and to all the walking wounded, wake up. Take your power back. Love should never make you lose yourself. Choose yourself every time.